Okay, Chief, why are you punishing children by not letting them stay out till 1 o'clock in the morning?
No, we're not. This is not about punishment, and certainly more about partnerships and prevention. And it's just one tool that we have available to us to try to keep kids safe. This is definitely, arrest is our last resort. We have developed partnerships with community-based organizations to provide resources to kids if they're out unsupervised, if they're out engaged in risky behavior, so that we can get to the root issue of how did they come to be in that situation and try to prevent it from happening again, and then also to keep them safe.
How confident are you that this moves the needle as opposed to, creating other maybe alternatives that people are kind of bringing up? What are your thoughts?
Well, I certainly agree with the suggestions that the counselors brought up this evening. Our kids do need people to walk alongside them and provide resources. All the violence that you heard me cover in just this year that involved our kids, we've got to have people that stand up and provide trauma-informed care to our kids that are touched by violence. And that just doesn't mean the direct involvement of violence. That means kids that have violence that occurs in their neighborhood or violence that occurs in their family. What are we doing to take care of those kids to keep them from going toward that and get them to move away from it and take care of themselves and have the services so that they can continue to be healthy members of our community?
One of the things that some folks kind of wondered was, obviously curfew is important, but giving the kids something to do, something productive so they're not out getting in trouble, council providing resources. What were your response to that?
So thank you for your questions. Again, we want to shift the narrative just a tad bit. So many people are saying that we're not doing anything for the kids. We have a lot of money we give to elevation grants, millions of dollars a year to elevation grants, working with IF, CICF, different organizations, the Connection Center, mentoring groups, who work with a lot of people in our city, giving a lot of different resources to these individuals to help us do our work. The City-County Council can't do it alone. IMPD can't do it alone. What folks are saying is that we need to be doing more. We are doing more. We can always do more, but the priority is that we are already giving funds to elevation grants, crime prevention grants, and to IMPD also to do this work. So again, there's more to be done, but we can't do it all by ourselves. We need partners coming alongside of us to support these young people in our streets.
So since last summer when the curfew conversation really got off, did we learn anything over the past year in regards to, like you mentioned, wanting to get to the root cause of why this is all going on? Have we learned anything over the past year?
I would say that it's really hard to know what you prevent, and that's something that's always hard in my line of work. What does our presence prevent? And those are numbers that we can never count. So when the curfew was in effect, we don't know how many parents got more involved. We don't know how many guardians or neighbors got more involved and how many more kids were not out after hours engaged in risky behavior. So that's really difficult for us to measure, but my hope is that it is making an impact, and we definitely, the goal for all of us is to keep our kids safe. And certainly there's more work to do besides curfew.
Chief, you had mentioned that there are increase of homicides as well as shootings as well, but I'm curious to know that do these events actually happen during curfew hours or not, and does it really make an impact?
It's a mixture. We have incidents that happen at all hours, and I did mention that one of our 3 juvenile homicide victims this year happened after curfew hours, in the middle of the night. Non-fatal shooting incidents, I mentioned that at least 4 of them, and I know that's not current date data, but at least 4 of them happened after hours during curfew hours. So, like I said to the council, every life matters. And if we can bring those numbers down even more, then that's a success. That's more kids that get to live to see tomorrow, that get to have the opportunity to make a change and continue on living the life and enjoying things that kids should be enjoying, not dealing with gun violence.
How does IMPD ensure this doesn't become like a babysitting service?
Well, we certainly don't have the resources to babysit kids, and that's why we ask our community-based organizations to come alongside us, and it's more of a handoff. If we come in contact with kids that are in need of those services, then we pass them off to providers.
Chief, any concerns about this summer? Because obviously when the weather gets nicer, kids are out, more kids, more potential. So what are the immediate plans for this summer?
We always have concerns for the summer and keeping our kids safe. So you're going to hear us say those same things over and over again. Parents, we need you to get involved. We need you to know where your kids are. We need you to know who you're with, where they're at, when they're coming home. Parental involvement is key. And I'll reiterate that nothing in this curfew law prevents kids and families and parents from going out and doing the things that they want to do as a family or with parental involvement.
Thank you all. We appreciate it so much.